I think you could go one of two ways here. And I went the way of Luke Keaschall only
Okay.
because I was very impressed by his small sample size in the major leagues. I think that took us
Sure.
both by surprise. On the flip side, the competition here is Emmanuel Rodriguez, who literally is hurt all the time. So for me, Luke Keaschall is prospect number two.
Okay. So why don't we start on Keaschall? So is it fair to assume that Erod is your number 3, or is he your number 4?
He is my number three.
Okay. So we have our 2 and 3 flipped, which I think is, I don't know, 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other, right? Let's just talk about both of these guys and go through them one at a time. I agree. I mean, look, Keaschall was incredible, but it was 7 games, and
Yep.
then he was done, and it was a 4.12 BABIP in 7 games. And I'm not like, I think because I was constantly sending you videos of Keaschall from spring training
It's true.
in
It was
March.
crazy.
It was just like, your Jeremy was like, stop texting me videos of Keaschall taking batting practice. I do not care. But like, that's coming back down to earth. I guess the question that I have for you is, with Brooks Lee, like, beyond struggling, like, he's been really, really tough recently. What do you think happens when Keishall's done with his rehab assignment? I guess is my question. Do you think he's going back on the Twins? Do you think Brooks Lee goes to St. Paul to figure it out? Do you think it depends on whether Willie Castro's still in the organization a week from now? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Ty France has a contract expiring. Willie Castro has a contract expiring. I would be shocked if neither of those guys were traded.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Keishall's return to the big leagues will correspond with the end of the month, and that he will play second base. He will play first base if France is gone. The elbow's more healed now. Maybe he could play a little outfield, like kind of fill in that Castro role.
Mm-hmm.
I think long term, I view him as a second baseman, right? It's like a second baseman, sometime corner outfielder type.
Yep.
And a top of the order hitter. I mean, if he doesn't have to hit 368 like he's hitting for the Twins, but a career 295 minor league hitter who had 5 stolen bases in 7 games. Like when he gets on base, he was a problem, and I think that was something that caught me by surprise.
Yep.
The power that never came isn't going to come quicker now that he's recovering from a broken arm. But I think he does the little stuff in games that will endear himself to Rocco and endear himself to fans. And do I expect him to have a 1064 OPS long term? I don't. But it's a spark in a lineup that is literally always looking for a spark. So yeah, I could see Lee going down, but I don't think it's going to be because Keishall's healthy. I think there's going to be just opportunities to fill in that lineup because there's other guys too. I mean, Miranda, Eddie Julian, Culpepper, like you've said, like he's knocking more on the door than we anticipated at that time. So these guys have to perform or they will be in St. Paul.
Yep. I just love Keishall's profile. Like, if we're stacking now an ideal lineup for the Twins, thinking about how the first 3 guys on this list that we're talking about skill sets play together, we just talked about Walker Jenkins and how well he controls the bats and controls the strike zone. Keishall's walk rate always around 15-16%. He's going to steal 25 bases. I think the defense is maybe going to look a little ugly at second base personally, but he's going to do so many things that accrue value. I'm excited to have him. I'm excited. Like, we talked about this at the time because this is when the Twins were in their first funk, and they've, with the exception of the 13-game win streak, been in a funk the entire rest of the time. He was a reason to watch in the 7-game sample where he was there. He was literally the most compelling player to watch on the field. So excited to see him back ASAP, however that comes about. Let's talk